Joining me now is Art Laffer, former Reagan economist, and Steve Moore, Unleash Prosperity co-founder. Gentlemen, you're real troopers to come out on this holiday week. Really appreciate it. Art, you didn't buy any of that crap. You didn't buy the Fed stuff that inflation was going to be, zooming up for years because of the Trump tariffs. You didn't buy that, or their gloomy forecasts about growth. Why do you think they got it so wrong? What don't they get that you do?
Because I understand economics and they don't, David. No, just joking. But it's true. They don't believe in incentives. They believe that if you tax people who do work and you pay people who don't work, you're going to get more people working. That's just silly. And, which would you, just let me ask the question this way, David. Which would you prefer, giving money to people who don't work or cutting tax rates on people who do work? Trump has made the tax cuts permanent. He also did the overtime tax, the deduction of interest on car loans, all of that stuff he did really, really well. And of course, that's going to have very positive and massive stimulus effect, especially on the back of a Biden failed policies. It's just primed for going, and it's primed to go a lot longer. It's going to be a great boom we're going to have.
Steve, you put this together. Thank God for your Unleash Prosperity report, because that comes out with some of the best information I have ever seen on a regular daily basis. Everybody should get it. But Rick Perry, when he was governor of Texas, remember he was governor during the great financial crisis of 2008, 9, 10. And Texas did all right during that crisis. While other states went really in the toilet, Texas kept its head above water. I asked him when he was governor why. He said, it ain't rocket science. You make it cheaper and easier to do business, and you'll get more business. How can they miss things so simple as that?
Well, the most surprising thing about this analysis we did of the economic predictions wasn't just that they were wrong. Look, I get things wrong myself. I know Arthur never does, but sometimes I misforecast things. But here's the thing. These are the same people. You guys remember this when Trump was first elected in 2016. Remember, David? Oh, my God, we're going to have a great recession. We're going to have a Great Depression. We're going to have a stock market
The stock market will never recover, Paul Krugman said.
Exactly. Yes, and so, okay, so they got it wrong in the first term. You would have thought they might have learned something, right, David, that this guy actually knows what he's doing. And they came out with almost exactly the same predictions. And the real question is, are they just so tied to their ideology that they don't get it? Or is it maybe Trump derangement syndrome that when this guy's around, they lose any sense of good economics? Look, when you cut taxes, cut regulations, produce more energy, get good trade deals, guess what? Good things happen on growth and inflation.
And it's not just the big corporations, Art. The Russell 2000, those are the small and the medium-sized businesses. They do most of the hiring in this country. Over the past year, they are up 12%. Now, it's not as big as some of the other indices, but that's a huge gain for small. They're the businesses that they can't afford to hire the fancy lawyers and accountants that the big corporations can to deal with overregulation or too much taxes. They really have to struggle along, and they're doing pretty well this past year.
Yeah, what Steve said, the Trump derangement syndrome, is not the explanation for this year's, because it's the exact same thing that happened under Reagan. Even in 1984, all of the people there, Marty Feldstein, all these guys were all forecasting very slow growth. Things weren't going to get back up. They didn't understand economics back then. They don't understand it now. And God knows if they'll ever change. The Harvard classes, I saw Jason Furman saying that the top tax rate of 73% is the one that maximizes revenue.
Oh,
what a bunch of hooey. We had the 73%, we dropped it down to 25%, and guess what happened? Revenues from the top 1% of income earners soared. Everyone knows that the rate on the rich to maximize revenues is very, very, very low. They know how to use shelters. They know how to do all that stuff, and you guys are dead on, and I didn't mean to correct you, Steve, on that. It's just that this error has been repeating itself time and time again, and I don't know if it'll ever stop. They just don't learn. They're like, there's no lesson to be learned from the second kick of a mule, and this is the fourth kick.
That's for sure.
Well, they are stuck to their Tom Sowell, the great free market economist, was once a Marxist, and I asked him why. I said, what turned you around? And he said the facts. He said, before I was a Marxist, I was an empiricist. And if you're a good professor, you're an empiricist. You believe that in the facts. And when they lead you to change your opinion, you have to do so.
Yeah.
But Steve, you know, it's not only the small businesses that are doing well, it's the consumers and savers who are doing well. Also, from your Unleash Prosperity hotline, you have a terrific piece on 401ks and how they have done so well. Savings got a big boost, a real inflation-adjusted gain of 15% in the past year, whereas there was a negative turn down of 15% during the full 4 years of the Biden administration on 401ks.
Yeah. Well, by the way, on that point you just made about changing your mind, there's a very famous quote, Arthur knows it, but by John Maynard Keynes, who said, look, when the facts change, I change my mind.
Wow.
And yet these new neo-Keynesians don't do that.
Yes.
Even if the facts change, they don't change their mind.
They don't.
Now, on the 401k plans, what a great news story this is.
It is.
And we broke this story just a few days ago, which is that the average 401k holder, and by the way, 60% of American adults have either a 401k plan or an IRA or some kind of retirement vehicle invested in the stock market. Those funds are up by about $22,000 after inflation in just 1 year.
Yeah.
Now, you know what the number was under Biden for 4 years? Negative $22,000.
Yes. Yeah, exactly the opposite. Well, I don't know why every corporation in America doesn't fire their entire economics forecaster team and just hire you two. If they just hired both of you, they would make a lot more money and they'd get it right, more importantly, because you guys get it right. Have a wonderful new year. Art, Steve, great to see you both. Thanks so much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Take
Year.
care.